Assalamu alaikum everyone, this is me Mariam and also known as Mariam Data Science Valley student at Rehan School in online academy in level 1. So today we are having a new topic of AI and our topic name is can AI help teachers identify student strengths and weakness?
Hey, 5 days is kind of a minute, huh?
Okay, my first question is what the main purpose and secret behind that? Can AI help teachers identify students' strengths and weaknesses? Give me a long detailed explanation with long detailed real example with some strategies with some steps in 10 minutes.
Okay, diving right in. I dig it. So, AI helping teachers, the main purpose isn't to like replace them or anything, right? It's about giving them superpowers, basically. The secret sauce is pattern recognition on a scale a human doesn't manage. Think about it. A teacher has 30 students, each with mounted work, quizzes, essays, class participation. I can chew through that data and spot trends way faster. For example, a teacher uses an online platform for assignments, and AI could analyze the types of errors students are making on math problems. Is everyone struggling with fractions? Is there a specific word problem format tripping people up? Boom, the teacher instantly knows where to focus the next lesson. That's way quicker than grading everything and then trying to retrospectively figure out. Here's a step by step of how it could work. Data collection. The AI needs data. This could be grades, submissions, participation metrics, even things time spent on certain activities. 2, data analysis. This is where magic happens. It uses algorithms to look for patterns, common errors, areas where students are excelling. Students are consistently struggling. Reporting and insights. AI doesn't just data, it translates it into actual insights for the teacher. 80% of students submit questions beyond quiz, which tested understanding of quadratic formulas, or has consistently high scores on creative assignments but struggles with actual recall. Personalized recommendations based on insights the AI could suggest targeted interventions. Maybe it recommends specific exercises for students struggling with fractions, or suggests a different learning approach for a real world example. Imagine a writing class. AI could analyze essays for things like sentence structure, vocabulary, and argumentation. It could flag students who are consistently using passive voice or who are struggling to develop strong thesis statements. The teacher can then provide feedback, helping those students improve their writing skills. Another example in a history class, AI could analyze student responses to open questions about historical events. It could identify students who are misinterpreting steps or who are relying on inaccurate information. Strategies could use AI-powered learning platforms that already have these features built in. Integrate AI tools into existing workflows. Don't try to overhaul everything at once. Focus on using AI to augment their teaching, not replace it. AI can free up their time so they can focus on more important things like building relationships with students. As for that intent piece, it's about moving beyond just identifying weaknesses. AI can help teachers understand the why behind those weaknesses and then provide targeted support to help students overcome them. It's not just about finding the problem, it's about fixing the solution. Is that kind of what you were looking for? Gotcha. Still with me? Let me know if you want me to elaborate on that or if you want to switch gears. Question.
Okay, so my next
Whoa, all right.
question.
My bad.
Okay, my next question is, in what ways can AI systems provide more personalized insight into a student's learning style compared to traditional assessment methods? Give me a long
Okay,
explanation
fair.
with
You
some
wanted
example and some steps in 6 minutes.
6 minutes. Got it. All right. A wrong explanation. Okay, here's a purposefully bad take. AI personalizes by just giving everyone the same content, but changing the color scheme to match their favorite color. If you like blue, you get a blue learning module. That's it. It assumes everyone learns the same way, but just prefers different aesthetics. Here's an example. Let's say a student, David, consistently struggles with visual learning. The AI, according to this terrible explanation, just slaps a blue filter on all his math problems to the way the information is presented, just based on this flaw. One student favorite color. Apply that color to all learning materials. 3. Assume learning will improve. Ignore any evidence to the contrary. Now, why that's totally wrong. Traditional assessments, quizzes, and tests give a pretty limited snapshot. They mainly tell you what a student knows or doesn't know, not how they learn best. AI done right can go way deeper. It can track how a student interacts with material. Do they spend more time on videos and text? Do they solve problems step by step? Jump straight to the answer. What kind of feedback do you learn best? AI can build a more nuanced profile of students' learning preferences. It can identify someone as a visual learner, an auditory learner, aesthetic learner, or a mix. It can adapt the content format and delivery method accordingly, offering videos, interactive simulations, or audio explanations. It's about dynamic adaptation, not just a color change. Is that detailed enough before the clock runs out? Everything all right? You've been a little quiet. Just checking in.
And about that, what are the potential risks for relying on AI to identify student strengths and weaknesses, including issues of algorithm based over generalization or misinterpretation of student behavior, and how can educators mitigate these risks while still benefiting from AI insights? So give me a long time examples and explanation with some details, and give us some facts and tell the
Okay.
about benefits and disadvantages in 5 to 8 minutes.
Whoa, hold up. Benefits and disadvantages, detailed examples, plus time constraints. That's a lot to jam into 5, 8 minutes. Even I can definitely do it, but it'll be a fast-paced rundown. Let's go. Okay, risks. The biggest danger is algorithm-based overgeneralization. AI learns from data, and if that data is biased, the AI will be biased too. For example, if AI is trained primarily on data from performing students, it might misinterpret the behavior of students from different backgrounds or with different learning styles. It could wrongly flag a student as struggling simply because they approach problems differently or because their cultural background influences their communication style. Another risk is misinterpretation of student data. AI can see patterns, but it doesn't understand context. A student might be underperforming on assignments because they're dealing with personal issues, not because they lack understanding of material. The AI won't pick up on that nuance unless it's explicitly told. That's a fact. Think about it. student Maria who starts submitting sloppy work. An AI might flourish, disengage. The reality is she's characteristic family member and time the school district used the AI system to predict which students were at risk of dropping out. The system disproportionately favored students from low-income families, even though those students were academically performing well. The AI was essentially equating poverty with failure. Now, benefits. AI can identify learning gaps early on, allowing teachers to provide targeted support before students fall behind. It can personalize learning paths, offering students content that is tailored to their individual needs and interests. And it can automate tedious, bringing up teachers to focus on more important things, like relationships with students. Example, a student, Alex, is struggling with algebra. An AI-powered learning platform identifies that he's consistently missing questions related to solving first. The platform then provides Alex with practice problems via tutorials and one-on-one tutoring. This allows him to catch up with his classmates and regain confidence. Another benefit, AI can provide teachers with real-time data on student progress, allowing them to adjust their teaching strategies on the fly. If teachers see that students are struggling with a particular concept, they can revisit the material and explain it in a different way. Studies show that virtual learning improves student outcomes by up to 20%. Disadvantages, besides cost is a big one, implementing and maintaining these systems can be expensive. There are also privacy concerns. Student data needs to be protected from unauthorized access. And there's the risk of over-reliance on AI, which could lead to a decline in teaching and creativity. It's a tool, it's not a replacement. Finally, and important, it can stifle creativity if it pushes everyone into rigid learning boxes. To recap, AI offers incredible for personalizing learning, but it also comes with significant risks. It's essential to use these tools responsibly with the critical eye and always with the best interests of the students in mind. We need to actively work to mitigate bias, protect student privacy, and ensure that AI is to enhance, not replace, the human element of education. Okay, that was a lot. We just barely made it in under 8. How's that land? Did I hit the mark? Just checking in. You still there? You've been quiet for a bit. No worries. If you can just let me know.
So my next question about that, what ethical dilemmas arise when using AI to track and analyze student performance on a continuous basis, practically concerning data privacy, consent, and the potential physiological impact on students if AI labels them as weak or strong in certain areas. So give me a long detailed explanation with some real example, with some
Hey, hope your Monday's going all right so far.
Okay, so Maya, my next
You
question
all right there?
is
Sometimes
yes, Maya, my next question is considering diverse
what's on your
learning
mind?
style and abilities of students, how effective is AI in identifying known patterns of understanding and skill gaps that may not be immediately apparent through conventional classroom observation and standardized testing? Give a long explanation of 6 minutes.
6 feet, that's specific. All right, let's dive in. Conventional classroom observation and standardized tests. They're kind of broad strokes, right? Think of it like this. They can't read systems designed to identify those hidden patterns. Maybe a student consistently struggles with applying a concept in a new text, even if they ace the initial memorization part. Or maybe if they're quick to grasp visual information but flounder with auditory explanations. Those things might not show up on a test, or a teacher might miss them in a fast-paced classroom. The AI doesn't just flag these issues, though, ideally. It can suggest personalized learning paths. Okay, this student needs more practice with application-based problems. Or, or let's offer the student the material in a video format instead of text. Now, the effectiveness hinges on a few things. AI needs good data, meaning it's an accurate tracking of student performance. And the algorithms need to be fair and unbiased. Otherwise, you risk perpetuating existing inequalities. It also shouldn't replace teachers, but augment them. Think of it as a powerful assistant that frees up teachers to focus on the human element, mentorship, emotion, and move on to the next thing.
So my next question about that, what training skills and professional development do educators need to accurately interpret AI reports on student strengths and weaknesses, and how can schools ensure that teachers use AI as a supportive tool rather than a replacement for for pedagogical expertise?
Ah, that's the $1 million question, isn't it? The AI can spit out all the data in the world, but it's useless if the teacher can't translate it in meaningful action. First off, educators need serious training in data literacy, not just how to recognize correlation versus causation, understanding statistical significance, and potential biases in the algorithms. You need to ask critical questions like, is this AI identifying a genuine learning gap or just a pattern related to a student's access to technology or home environment? Then there's the pedagogical things. Teachers need to learn to use AI-generated insights to inform their instructional strategies. It's not about following the AI's recommendations blindly, but about using them as a starting point for more informed decision making. Okay, the AI says this student is struggling with fractions. Now, what interventions have been shown to be effective for students with fractions, and how can I tailor those interventions to their specific needs? As for ensuring it's a supportive tool, that's about school-wide culture. Leadership needs to emphasize that AI on how to integrate AI into a holistic, student-centered approach to education. Schools should also create opportunities for teachers to collaborate and share best practices. Like, hey, I used this AI insight to create a small group and here's what I learned. And you got to address the fear factor. Some teachers will naturally be resistant to AI, worried it'll devalue their expertise. So schools need to create a safe space for teachers to voice their concerns and ask questions. Honestly, it's about framing it right. This isn't about being replaced by a robot. This is about getting access to powerful tools that can help you be an even more effective teacher. That whole bait at the end, did you want to clarify that? Sounded a